The Bunker Project, podcast episode number 46. And welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. This week is part 2 of our Stanley Cup Riot episodes, and we actually get booted out because of these pesky riots. For real.
Hey, and we're back. I can't believe it. Oh, sorry, you want to do your intro?
And welcome back to The Bunker Show.
Okay, good enough. Just kidding. Yeah. Hey, we're kind of doing an ad hoc now because we're still having a slight technical difficulty. We're going to be melding stuff in, kind of like Spock style, melding and melding. Anyways, if you don't understand that, check out the 1972 series called Star Trek. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's great. You can download it on a torrent or go to iTunes. And can you get it on iTunes? Can you get Star Trek on iTunes?
I believe you can.
Big shout out. Now, if we had an audience, we could let me tweet out, find out. Anyways,
I think everybody's heard of Star Trek, and if you haven't, why are you listening to the show?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you listen to this show, you don't listen to Star Trek.
On,
What's wrong with you? Oh my God!
But speaking of like the
Quake.
future and Star Trek and all that stuff, let's jump into the first topic of the show,
Which is
carnivorous appliances power themselves by eating household pests.
Yeah, is that awesome? Would you like a carnivorous clock, bartenderess? No, she's ignoring us. No, she's going, no. Carnivorous, like a big slab of steak.
Not eat you.
She's bringing a steak every now and again. Carnivorous, would you like a carnivorous clock for your apartment? Yeah.
All my clocks are set to 420.
Okay. Yeah, with
All
no
their
batteries in them. They're
All
accurate
clocks
twice a day.
are set to 420.
Hey, anyways, yeah, so these clocks, basically, they have little traps. The fly goes in, they consume the fly, and the energy created by the consumption of the proteins creates enough energy to run the clock.
Vampire clocks, you mean?
Yes, if you want the vampire.
Excellent.
I don't
Blood
know.
technology.
Blood
Is it,
technology.
are they just drinking the blood? I don't think so.
Well, I think
they're
it's
eating the whole thing.
Well, it's a protein thing. Anyways, but the lamp, that's so cool. It's kind of got like a honeycomb glow on it.
So it's a
We'll
lamp.
put this in the show notes. You guys could check it out in the show notes.
It's a
For
lamp
you
that's
people that
powered
don't
by,
visit the show notes, well, tough on you.
by eating the silverfish and the. I wonder if they eat bed bugs.
I wonder if they do sushi. Because have a sushi party, there's some sushi left or sashimi left over, you could field it to the clock.
Because in Vancouver,
Hey, the
that's
clock's
a,
about half hour, 5 minutes behind. Give it a
that's
little
an
sushi.
epidemic. These bed bugs.
I hate those things.
What, bed bugs or sushi?
I love sushi. I hate bed bugs.
Have you had
what
them?
about sushi with
No,
bed
I've
bugs?
never had them.
We had them at our place in the West End here.
Sushi, I know, it was horrible. They had sushi everywhere. It stunk to high heaven.
They're difficult to get
Thank
rid
goodness
of
they
those
had the
things.
bed bugs come in to eat all the sushi, but then there was a
They
bed
actually
bugs
have
issue.
a bed bug sniffing dog that you can bring in.
Yeah, they did.
I know, but the
brought in
thing's got
dog.
fleas.
They brought in the dog, and then we got fleas after that. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So, it's a lose.
But they say about 7% of all of the apartments down in the east side have bed bugs.
They say that actually
But
a
it's
lot
it's
higher
huge.
than that.
It's huge across. It's an epidemic.
Apparently, in the West End, it's the worst area for bed bugs.
It's not an epidemic, it's a pandemic. That's one
And a lot
notch
of people
up.
don't even know they have them because they don't
how do
react.
you know?
Well, I know because I have a really bad reaction to them. I get these huge welts.
Yeah, and a lot of hair growth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look at his hair. He's got hair everywhere.
You know, if my eyebrows are like particularly big, then
Yeah.
I've been bitten.
Yeah, exactly.
Recently. Yeah.
So Tommy, don't
No,
take it for
just
real. He's
kidding.
just kidding. We love Tommy because she gets so shocked at our BS. She said, "Oh my God,
should have seen her
that's why
mouth.
he's so furry."
You should have seen her mouth
I got
drop.
a guy that's bald. I got to introduce him to bed bugs.
She was like, "Oh my
no, really,
God, you
roll
just
around
got
in the
bit."
bed. It's good for your hair." What? I'm just getting all these bites of it. No, trust me. A friend of mine gets all his hair from the bed bugs.
No, but that's a good business to be in if you're in the
What the-
bed bug extermination business, because you get paid like. I think his bill was. We didn't pay it. The landlord paid, but his bill was like $700 or $800, and he comes and he
Per
sprays,
bed bug?
Per bed bug.
I
No,
know.
he comes and
so
he
you have to
sprays.
get the little tail on
He
it.
sprays
You
these,
collect the tails, and there's a bounty on the bed bug tail.
He sprays these
There are like
chemicals,
1,500 tails here, man. You look at a magnifying glass.
and then
that's
and
gophers.
then he comes back 2 weeks later and does it again because the eggs could have that he didn't get could have hatched. And there
Another
could be bed
$700.
bugs and Another $700.
You know what? I'm gonna get into that business. I'm just
And,
gonna
and it's only
spray
like
water
15
around.
minutes work. The guy just came in with a little canister,
highly
sprayed
toxic
all
stuff.
around.
Didn't
Highly
he have that
toxic stuff, yeah.
radioactive
he's wearing
suit
that,
on?
Yeah.
I know.
And
I don't have bed bugs.
apparently there's another method to get rid of them by because they can't live.
Oh, heat.
Yes.
They turn up the temperature in
They
your
put these
apartment
tubes
to like
throughout
300
your
degrees.
whole apartment, and they bring up the temperature like
It's
above
huge. Yeah.
their capacity to live. It doesn't kill anything else.
But a good thing to do is put out a couple of baking sheets with cookies and stuff, and then after the bed bug, they all die. But you've got cookies. It's awesome.
No, but you know what I like even better? I like an appliance that'll eat them and power itself with
bed
them.
bug clock would be awesome, man. Oh man, hang on, my clock's going fast. I must have way too many bed bugs. Shh, it's smoking. Anyways, okay, so that was kind of weird. But yeah, if any of you out there have bought a carnivorous appliance, we really would like to hear from you. I'm really interested in a carnivorous mic or a carnivorous mixing board because it's basically it's good for the environment. Hey, come on, go green by being red and bloody.
Yes.
There's people locked
great.
into the Queen Elizabeth Theater.
Hey, come on, that's old news,
We're
dude.
talking green.
Oh, okay.
Old
Sorry.
news.
Sorry.
Old news.
It's just like
For those
wow.
listening, we record 2 shows and blah,
Yeah,
blah.
and he's actually
And
talking
we're
about
still actually here
the bed bug
during
riots
the
in Vancouver.
riots, and we decided
is the
not
bed
to
bug
talk
riot.
the
about
bed
that
bug riot.
because it's
The
old
bed bugs are
news.
rioting.
CBC is calling them protesters, though,
Right.
which is really
In what
stupid.
sense?
That's the thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
All right.
They're not protesting.
Like anybody
Well, the
cares is listening.
protesters should go home because they're right outside my apartment building, start lighting fires.
so please go home.
Go home. I have to leave home soon.
Tweet
I have
out.
to go home soon. I don't
See,
want to
that's
see
why you
guys.
have to have a big Twitter audience, right? To people you don't even know. So when they ride around your place, you can tweet out, "Hey, dudes, can you move over a couple blocks because you're bugging me?" And then suddenly, everybody, there's a huge riot, and suddenly, and everybody's, "Oh, hang on, we're supposed to move over 2 blocks," and they move over 2 blocks. Of course, if the person 2 blocks over has a good, they might move them back. So there's back and forth, back and forth.
No, but isn't it beautiful, the power of social media and the internet? On one hand, it can help the people release themselves from a very bad government, like in the case of Libya and Egypt. But on the other, here in Vancouver, you can actually find people stupid enough to tag themselves on social media while they're burning something.
I know, and so the police don't have to spend
And with,
so much money
you
to
know,
bust
with
you.
thousands of other people that have cell phones that can record them in the act.
Actually, you
and
know
put
what-
it up on YouTube. I'm sure tomorrow the cops are going to be going over YouTube big time.
Oh, they're doing it now. They're not
More
tomorrow.
yeah,
it's
not
just
tomorrow.
live.
This
This
is
is going
live.
on live.
Yeah, but
what's-
a lot of the
okay,
videos
okay.
aren't even up yet.
This
They won't be out
is
till
so
tomorrow.
old. This is 2 weeks old. Guys, we have to do it. But before we do that, I'm reading the book, it's a fantastic Neil Hamilton book called The Diamond Age. It's fantastic. You know that book?
Neil Stephenson.
Thank you, Stanford.
Please.
Hamilton. What was I thinking, Hamilton? The hockey team? Oh, anyways. Yeah, The Diamond Age.
First time you already read it?
A second time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good one.
And I'm really, really loving the court scenes where there are people saying, well, yeah, there was this nanobot came in and we go in and they've infestated you with 250 bugs while you're doing the crime. And this is the court case just reading out this information. Basically, you are busted so bad, dude. And then the punishment isn't like, oh, you're not going to jail. No, you get caned. And what's interesting, today, there's a lawmaker in the United States. He wants to bring back caning. And it got
Flogging.
yeah, well, that's what the libertarians saying. Oh no, it's flogging. It's like amendment rights. Blah blah blah. In Singapore, they don't have people that tag because if you get caught tagging, you get caned. And I tell you, you get caned once with 1 stroke. That's it. You're not going to be doing anything close to like spray paint for the rest of your life. It's a very 1 strike of a cane, very painful experience. 6 this guy got. And he was a Canadian guy, like 5 or 6 years. I'm sure you remember it. And the embassy's freaking out. And Singapore said, hey, it's the law. He broke the law. Guess what? He's getting 6 strokes of the cane. And he got 6 of them.
You're talking about the guy who got caned.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the, what was it?
Hello. Welcome back to the show.
Sorry, there's a lot of stuff
Sorry,
going on
we
here.
did a quick
I've
tweet
got-
from him.
James
And
was
then-
like engrossed in the Twitter
engrossed.
I've
feed.
got something interesting.
It's crazy.
My neighbor was telling me that he's a little worried because the Hurt Locker, he recently downloaded a couple of months ago.
Oh, the
maybe, I
Hurt
forget.
Locker?
Hurt Locker.
Oh, don't
and
worry
now
about
they're suing everybody.
No,
like
they're not suing.
500,000 users, whoever downloaded, and so what?
I know.
Yeah.
A lot of people being sued. It's the largest amount of people that have been sued by an organization in the history and some lawyers are making a ton of money. It's amazing. But no, it's just true. What this guy's saying is like, you know what? I'm not going to put up with it, and I'm basically going to put the fear of God into everybody that basically torrents movies. And a lot of people that are thinking about that are saying, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be torrenting.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have downloaded it.
And I think that's good, too.
So that's a perfect segue into what we never really got to talk about, to do this in detail at the last show, is Mac's new service that came out. And basically what it is, if you buy it $25 a year, it will legalize all your pirate songs. $25 a year. They just did this deal. They announced it yesterday. Basically what it is, you pay them $25 a year. Any song that you have in your library, regardless of where you got it from, ripped from CDs or downloaded from LimeWare or whatever.
Well, ripped from CDs would be legal if you
I know,
purchased the CDs.
But that's the whole argument. Apple went to the music industry and said, listen, we're basically going to make you a ton of money. All you have to do is agree to it. So everybody, if you've got a huge collection and you're not even sure what's legal and what isn't legal, what you download and what you're not sure you got, you pay $25. Apple scans your collection and then basically doesn't upload your collection, accesses your collection of songs with their database and gives you higher quality recordings and legitimizes your whole collection. That's for $25 a year. So it's a huge thing.
Yeah, but who is the artist getting anything out of this?
Well, yeah.
I mean, is it just Apple that's going to make the money?
No. Apple, we think it's cost $25. We figure Apple is giving about 70% of those funds to the recording industry. They've already paid them $150 million up front to say, hey, here's $150 million to you to cover it, and we'll give you 60, 70%. But it hasn't been disclosed. Everybody's that. Some people are saying that the whole $25 is being given to the record industry. Basically, what Apple's trying to do is say, hey, let's just try and legitimize it, because their theory is that once you've legitimized your collection,
then people are unlikely
and then they're not going to pirate them, because this is a clean collection. I don't feel guilty about it. And why do we need to stream anymore?
And they give this retroactive option?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, people are saying, like, what's Apple going to do? What's Apple going to do? Apple just goes in revolution and say, you know what? We're just going to take the pirating thing right off the table. You know, for $25 a year, is it worth it? And there's a lot of people out there that are like, you know, okay, I got these songs, I'm not sure. $25 a year, what the hell? It's nothing.
A year.
Boom.
So
that's nothing.
That means you have to renew it at the end of the year?
Yep, forever.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then
you can keep adding
if
pirate
the
songs?
artists are benefiting.
You can just, well, yeah, but see, the whole thing is that they're thinking that most people aren't corrupt in that level. Oh, I'm going to manipulate the system, and I'm because it's for personal use anyways. Like, it's not like you can go, oh, now I've got all these songs that Apple's qualified that I can download. It's not like you can take those songs, download, rip a CD, and sell the CD. It doesn't work like that anymore, right? It's all out there anyways. So basically, the record industry wins because they're going to get, hundreds of millions, maybe billions of dollars over the next couple of years for these songs that they've already written off. They were never going to make money on these songs anyway. So it's a win-win. And, Apple comes
I
through.
think that's a great idea. And James has an update. And I know
they're
it's like old
they're
news,
looting
but
the bay.
We're still in the moment here, and I think people can appreciate that.
This news that we're hearing that is exciting, and is like 2 weeks old. 3 weeks. People's like, yeah, who cares?
But people who are listening to the show know that at the moment
we're live.
We are live here
in the
moment.
bunker.
And it is old news. We're not reporting the news.
I'm using social media
We're
on
just
Twitter to
reporting
keep track of it.
Our own experience.
All right. As long as you drink beer, you're still in format, so that's okay.
We're not reporting the news.
No, we're just commenting on things that are happening, and it's just
that's right. This is our own little, like Middle East crisis we're having here.
It really is, but it's funny
This is
because
kinda like-
actually a lot of the social media professionals that are stuck downtown
in the Nelson Strip.
In the Nelson Strip, actually went to the Network Hub, which is a great office.
Oh, that's an awesome place, but they're not riding near there.
No, they're 50 feet from their door.
Really, the riders are 50 feet in their door.
Yeah, they tried to do a.
Damn, I got to take a bus by there.
Yeah, well, according to TransLink, you're not taking any buses or sea buses or cabs out of the downtown vicinity anytime soon.
Oh, great.
So maybe you're going to be.
I guess
maybe
you guys,
let's do 4 shows.
After
you might
party
be
at my
sleeping on
house.
my couch then.
Well, I think
right
you guys
by the
might
fires.
come over to my house and then when it
Party.
clears out, You might have to come to my.
I think I'm going to be putting all this gear in the locker here.
No, James, I think your house already looks like it had a riot in it, so it's basically the same.
Oh, but the funny thing is I cleaned it today. Oh, my God.
First time.
No. But I cleaned it tonight because I thought it was a good idea. And Unbelievable. So we're going to talk about like some video games.
Oh yeah,
and
is
stuff?
gamification of everything killing the gaming experience?
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, this is up to the game. This is up to the game even. The gamification of concepts. I would like to talk to you about gamification because define that term, gamification.
It's basically turning anything that is a activity into a game.
So what you're saying is that in another few weeks there's going to be a game, maybe developed by Twisted Magic, called the Vancouver Riots.
I think it would be a little callous to make a game based on that, but there's other people out there that would.
I give it
probably
2
try to do
weeks.
it. Yeah,
Well, I would say
I don't think that they should actually I know we're giving them a lot of press and things like that, but it's not representative of Canada. It's not
Absolutely
representative
not.
of Vancouver.
No, it's
not
representative of
A few
What do you think, is representative of
scumbags
Surrey?
that are
No,
that are-
well, let's not even get there. It's just
Yeah, I know.
it's just people that were going to be dumb, and they're dumb.
Yeah, they've always been dumb.
And,
Hey,
and they're actually using ID this idiot or identify the idiot for VPD. So if you take a picture and you put the hashtag VPD, is going to look into that.
yeah. Oh,
So-
nice. So basically, what we've got is what happened in San Francisco with riots and stuff like that. You've got police journalism and public journalism and public policing. So basically, it's people that are on the street. The police are busy doing their standardized job, and then the citizens are doing the obtuse, creative thing. It's like, hey, tag, boom.
So if you were gamifying it and you were like, hey, let's make a
You could
game
get
out
a
of the
badge.
Vancouver riot,
Get a badge.
you could identify the people.
Yeah, and
and
if somebody
and-
gets busted, you get a badge.
Yeah, you
get
get
points.
you get some points.
Yeah, and
that
then
would be gamifying that sort of activity.
Exactly.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I might do that depending on the Game Jam theme that I'm going to this
Oh,
weekend. So,
excellent.
So that might be I don't know if people would like that necessarily. Maybe the people that got
Well,
caught
it's
wouldn't
a-
like it, but
That's a political statement.
it would be kind of an interesting thing to do.
Well, on the talking about old school, I remember on Davie Street they had a problem with prostitution,
So
and what they did is they did billboards of Johns, and they would take pictures of the Johns and put them on billboards and say soliciting a prostitute. Boom, shut it down
Well,
so fast.
Actually, I asked somebody about that because a cab driver, when I first got here, told me about the prostitution problem.
Yep.
And he said they've created the roundabouts, the circle driving things, so that people couldn't take a direct line down that street anymore. They had all those circle turns.
Yep.
So that was how they did it in a city-wise planning.
Yep.
Way
Well,
to get
they
rid of
can't.
prostitutes.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yeah, so
billboards
they
are
got
done
rid
by
of-
citizens.
So
So
if
they
you're not-
kind of got rid of prostitution in a roundabout way.
Roundabout way. Oh,
Well done, Andrew.
That was awesome.
Very punny. Very
That was
punny.
awesome. I think that was great.
Speaking of punny,
But yeah, so let's go back to gamification though.
yeah, gamification. So a lot of people thinking that too many things are becoming gamified and it's losing its allure because it's becoming normal.
Totally.
It's
I mean,
becoming pedestrian.
well, I mean, not enough places are actually taking advantage of it, and most of it are using it in a non-really creative
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It's pretty basic. It's like, you're redeeming points and things like that. And so people are not really seeing any value from it. It's like, so I got like 100,000 points. Can I actually redeem it towards something? Well, yeah, a flight with this. But you're not like, hey, here's a T-shirt, for 6,000 points. The company actually approaching you and giving you badges or things or rewarding you in that way.
Exactly.
You're having to redeem that. So it kind of makes it like a bank.
Well, that's that's a classic problem they've had with games or reward systems or with frequent flyer points. There were some people that were in the frequent flyer system that were flying professionally, and they would have like 7 million points, something ridiculous. So then they had to make a new category of rewards, and what they were doing is they put people on the thing where you would get. You get to play in a real flight simulator for 2 hours, value 700,000 air miles. And people were taking it because, like, wow, this is so cool. They get to play with things sitting there dormant most of the time anyways. And so that was a creative solution. I think what's happened now is it's brought it down to, like, your average Joe. And, if you get into what's one of the like Yelp or
yeah, if you do Yelp or if you use Open Table and you get 1,000 points, you get to qualify for a 1,000-point table.
Exactly,
But you only get 10 points per Open Table, so that means that you'd have to go to a restaurant
a lot. A lot.
Well, different restaurants because it's
Well,
all of Open Table.
right.
It's not just a single restaurant.
So, one of our previous guests, Yukai, came in here, really cool guy. That's what his startup is basically a point system where if you get people to go to the restaurant, you get credits which have cash value, like you get a free dessert or...
It was actually, if you go to that restaurant enough times, it rewards you. That's his company's name is called Reward Me.
Right,
So
but if you...
it uses brick and mortar stores in order to qualify for rewards. So if you're a loyal customer, you would receive those sort of things.
But also, if you introduce other people and say, by the way, Bob's recommended I come in, you would get rewards for that. And what it would be, it was all automated, so you didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And then every now and again, you'd be sitting down at your table, and the maitre d' would say, hey, Bob, congratulations, here's a free dessert. Thank you very much for your patronage. And it's like, oh, cool, man, excellent, thank you. Of course, with a shot of tequila, it would be nicer, but, hey.
It's a lot like the show Cheers. Why did all those guys keep going there? Because everybody knew their name.
Oh.
There you go.
Sounds like a great name for an app.
And
Everybody knows your name.
they already do. It's
.com.
called Facebook.
Yeah, but they don't gamify Facebook.
There is gamification of Facebook.
No,
How many
there's-
friends you
there-
have?
Yeah.
How many posts you make a day? How many people like that post?
Unofficial. Those are
How
stats.
many fan pages? No, those are actual
Farmville?
point systems.
Really?
Yeah, if you think about it, those are those point systems.
Of course, like even in the Facebook page itself, only when you have at least like 25 fans, only then you get your own vanity URL and so on. It's all credit system
And
behind the screen, right?
How about the clout score? That's gamification.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's Empire Ave. which is-
Empire Avenue is a huge
is a game.
gamification. But actually, I agree about the whole gamification of some things kind of wanes after a while. Like, I started playing Empire Avenue, and I liked it, but I wasn't really playing it. I was just doing my normal stuff on social media. And when I took a break from that just to kind of do some stuff on my own, my score went down huge. And as a person that makes games, that's not totally a real game because you should have another way to get back your score. But if you've already passed that point and you're already slipping down, there's not a lot of ways that you could do it unless you start broadcasting out like hugely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, all I would have
So
to say...
basically, with Empire Ave, you have to be consistent.
You have to be super consistent.
Super consistent.
Super
But
consistent.
Empire Avenue is a game, right?
Well, it's a...
Technically,
No, what it
it's
is...
not relevant.
It's
Gamification is about
it's
turning other...
No, it's a social engagement
It's
platform
it's
that's
gamifying
using
the social
games.
media platform.
to show
Okay.
it's basically gives you a dollar value based upon the content that you produce, the people that are following you,
Okay,
the
nice.
amount of times that you post, how many people like those posts, your Twitter score, your Facebook score, your YouTube score. All of these are taken together in an amalgamation to create
Create a
your
stock ticker symbol.
stock ticker symbol. Well, you create your
Value.
own
Yeah.
and the value. So I think it's more seen so that business professionals could be like, hey, I want to get paid X amount of dollars. Well, why is that true? Well, I have an audience of this large. Right now, my personal value of each one of those people is about, $40 or $50. I mean, like Miss 604 because of her blog. She's about $86 or $68, up and down. Chris Krug, who posts a lot of really awesome photos. And
She's only 68?
well, I mean,
I'm like 62.
really?
Yeah.
Well,
I've
Just
gone
a couple
down
of
a
weeks
little
ago, you were 42. You've
that's
gone
pretty
up,
awesome.
I've
Well,
gone
but
up.
that's because you're also using Hootsuite, right?
man. And tweet at her.
And tweet at her.
and all sorts of other... Oh, and then
Hey, by the
producing
way-
So you're
Ford
kinda-
podcasts.
I've got a technical
I've got a lot
question.
of but basically, is I create a lot of content and I blast out to
Yeah.
let people know about my
But
content.
you're
so-
gamifying the system that
I-
way.
I-
Yeah, I'm
because
gaming the game system.
You're gaming the game system. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've got a question about tweet at her.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
for-
about
for
the
Bob.
Jax.
Tweet at her. So how do you get it to auto post?
I don't. It doesn't. It sucks. It doesn't work that way. What I've done is actually I use because all the content I create, the podcasts and my blog and all that, my podcasts all have a blog site, and then all those sites have a
RSS
little
feed.
widget in there that automatically reposts older shows or older posts. So that's automatically going. The tweet adder I'm just using for friending and unfriending to build up my base.
Because
And
TweetAdder
blasting out.
uses keywords, right, that you type in.
Yeah. For like I've got
for friending and unfriending.
black beer
Totally.
and beer,
and if they don't friend back and stuff, and you can
It
get a
just-
profile of
yeah,
a
in
person,
3 days it takes
like
away.
how many times do they tweet?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm familiar with tweet at her, but
Yeah.
Well, originally I got into TweetAdder thinking that what it could do that, but also post stuff from my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blog posts, and it doesn't do that. And then so I got frustrated, and I started researching. I found there is this plugin that you can put into a WordPress blog post, and it'll just go every 4 hours or 6 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours. It'll go into your back catalog and repost. And so
Very
that's
cool.
that's what my Twitter is. I got like 5,000 or 6,000 posts, and that's all automatic posts. But the thing is, my content is good. I mean, some is a little out of date, but really, I go back into my blogs and say, "Oh, that's such a cool thing. I've totally forgotten about it."
Hey,
so
you
it's
know,
just
it's
regurgitating.
You do
stuff.
have a lot of really good content that
Yeah.
I don't see overlapping quite a bit.
Yeah,
One time
exactly.
I said,
So
I said
it's a
that
good
It does
strategy.
work.
It's a great strategy.
So
One
if
time
you're
I
just doing sales pitches and blasting it all the time, yeah, well, you're a loser. But if you're actually putting out really great content all the time, there's nothing wrong with reposting because
And mix it
gives
up.
you it gives
And
you opportunity
actually-
for people to discover it.
one time I said to Bob, I said, "Hey, your titles aren't very SEO
date.
friendly. They're not very SEO friendly." And he goes, "Yeah, but they make great Twitter titles,
Yeah.
and it's true,
Yeah.
very true."
Yeah, I have very creative titles.
Yeah, and like,
Unfriending the
I'm
Pope.
like,
it's
that's
whoa,
not,
excellent.
you're not going to get found with that title for that keyword, but you'll get click through on Twitter,
Yep.
and it's true. And if you look at his clout score, he gets a lot of click throughs.
He's got about 5,600 Twitter followers right now, and that's only after having that account for almost 6 months.
Yep. So not bad. But I'm doing
Very
it.
Beating me.
So,
Yeah.
what's the name of that plugin for the benefit of? our listeners?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
It'll be in the show notes.
Okay,
You
so we'll
just-
put it in the show notes.
All you do is Google, plug in retweeting old posts, and boom, it'll come up. There's only
Sure,
one or
but
two of them out
We'll
there.
put it in the show notes anyways.
Oh,
just
yeah,
in
Yeah,
Okay.
case,
Show
WordPress
notes.
is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah,
just in
it's-
case you can't find it, we'll
See,
put it in the show notes.
Now that's one of the reasons to go to WordPress. If if you've done a blog post with Blogger or whatever, there's limitations to the amount of plugins that are there. Once you get your content figured out and you got your style and your message figured out, and you're really starting to roll out new content all the time, then you can go and say, well, what are some really, really killer tools that you just think of? So, I wonder if they have that. And you can look it up, and 99.9% of the time, somebody's already, it's not like one person, you have 3 or 4 choices with reviews, and, it's amazing. So definitely when you're ready to step up the game, once you got your content,
Now,
you got your
my
focus.
question is it just using an RSS feed, like for that?
What? For
For like retweeting it's based on an RSS feeds, right?
no, what maybe. I don't know what the technical stuff
I
is.
got a
But
question for
it's a chunk
Eric.
of code. Who cares? I mean, that's the whole thing about WordPress is like I don't have to know that. I just like here's an idea, and I think this is the wording for the idea, and I Google out, and then okay, maybe that's what it is, and I experiment. Nope, and I try something. Oh yeah, cool. That's exactly what I was thinking of. It's been done. I don't need to know the code. I don't need to know the back end stuff. I just need to know, put this in, plug, turn it on, configure, done, go away. Kind of like what Eric talks about with Google Analytics. Get Google Analytics, register it, plug it into your website or plug it into your blog, let it sit for 3 or 4 weeks, and then go back and see what people are doing with your site, and then fix your site based on the knowledge. It's pretty basic, but people don't even do the basic thing. And that's what it's all about. Walter Cronkite here,
That's
1962.
why we are here to help them, Bob.
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
Well, I mean, that's what your meetups are all about, Eric.
Sure
They're
are.
all unbelievable. You go there, and hang on, I say,
Oh no,
so you can't talk about it. I know you're laughing about the riots. I know it's big entertainment.
It's pretty funny, though. It's like, I can't believe one of the looters standing for their close-ups on live TV holding a stolen mannequin from the Bay.
Excellent.
They're like, hey, Mom, look at me. And
All
it's
right,
like,
clever.
yeah, wow, these people are stupid. But apparently there's pedestrians that are walking by all this that don't even care.
Now, of course they don't
That
care.
is nuts.
Well, no, it is. What are you going to do? Arrest the person?
No, but I mean the pedestrians
get beat
that
up?
feel confident enough to watch the rest of the people loot and vandalize the city, and they're not.
What are you going to do?
They're causing more problems for the police anyways, because then police can't identify the actual people there.
Well, what do you so you think that innocent bystanders should flee?
Yes.
Interesting.
100%.
thing.
As a game designer, after playing all those video games, I've seen this before.
Yeah, but don't they put that in video games? So that's the thing that frustrates people that play the game, saying, why are all these people milling around like they don't
No,
care
in
about
Grand
the zombies?
In Grand Theft Auto, anytime something happens, people are the hell out of there.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we're just closing down right now because there's some issues. So
Yeah.
Oh, really? They're
we
shutting
understand.
down? Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go home.
Okay, we just like we're getting shut down because the bay is on fire.
The Hudson's Bay Company
Wait, it's American owned, so
is on fire, and
so we have to go to another bar. Anyway, so we're gonna cut the show short. Where we are now? How many minutes we get in the show before they shut down by the rights?
Vancouver's on fire. We got to go. We're at half an hour into the show.
All right, so we'll tweet out about that so you guys know about it before you listen to the show.
So thanks
Awesome.
for listening, and check us out at uncensoredsocialunderground.com. If you haven't been there already, call us at 1-866. Jeez, I can't remember. 1-877-636-1474.
The big F word, yeah.
And
It's okay. It's riots.
yeah, this is the first time that we have to leave the bunker during a riot.
This is what it was like in World War II when the guys were doing the real
Usually
bunker
during,
projects.
during the riots, you go into the bunker. This
Today
time,
we have...
we are heading out of the bunker.
well, who's that guy? Winston Churchill. We have Winston Churchill here on tonight. He said, oh, sorry, we got shut down because... Oh, darn. Winston, next week, have you on. Never happened.
This is London.
Yeah,
Let's
beautifully
not hope
done.
that is the case.
And we got
because-
Tokyo Rose here, too. Oh, we're going nostalgia.
Hey, I was hoping to hang out a little bit longer before I had to venture into the danger zone.
Oh, I know.
And your baby.
Oh, yeah. Double danger. Double danger.
We can face the gender together, Andrew. Let's do it.
It's awesome.
Safe in the building. He's not
Andrew, let's do it. Let's face the danger.
Let's face the danger.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you in a couple of weeks.
Good night.
Danger is my middle name.
All right. Hilarious.
They actually burned down the bay.
No,
Okay.
it's
Now
actually
that-
they actually
now that is
lit
a
it
bit
on
more
fire
extreme.
from the bottom. They've stolen Pringles and everything. They smashed out London drugs. That whole area, exactly.